Hi, this is Andy of Andy's Personal Development. I'm the host of The Breakout Room, Let's Just Read, Breaking Out of Depression, and co host of Level Up Your Marriage. 5 years ago, if someone had told me that I would be involved in podcasting and be online as much as I have been and create that level of influence that I have been able to create with God's help, with God's assistance, understanding the gifts that I've been given and being a slave, really, to understanding how I can implement what He has been blessing me with in the forms and the platforms that I have been using for the past 4 years, I probably would not have believed them. I probably would have said no. I don't like being before cameras. I don't like really being in the limelight or the forefront. But what I do like is having the ability and the time and the desire to interact with people on a regular basis. That is really important to me. And the reason why that is important is because when I share, when I share knowledge, when I share information, when I share content, when I share my experiences, when I share the time that I share with people on the different podcasting platforms, I feel the fulfillment. I feel that I'm really living my purpose. It becomes real and natural to me. And there's a sense of accomplishment when it is all over, when it is done and dusted. And we've come to the end, and I close off, or I say bye, or I say see you until the next time. I find myself being truly satisfied that I am accomplishing what I was created to accomplish. In part, maybe, but a large part, because this takes a lot of time, it takes energy, it takes effort, it takes discipline, it takes commitment, it takes heart, and it takes a certain level of sincerity. It does not make sense you come before people and you share experiences, you share information, you share whatever you share, and it does not come from the heart. It's a waste of their time and a waste of my time. But I have made this investment because it is important for me to share what I have been blessed with people everywhere. It does not matter what aspect of life you have taken up, what your genre or your skill competence of your area of competence is, it does not matter. What I share basically covers the content that focuses on health, happiness, prosperity, breaking out of depression, reading for enlightenment and upliftment, and securing the basic fundamental precepts and concepts morally, ethically, and spiritually with regards to your marriage. Those are the things that really matter to me. I have a question for you. The question is, how did your year begin? Are you fulfilling your dreams? Are you fulfilling your purpose? Is there a certain sense of achievement and satisfaction in your life? Or are we finding ourselves just running the proverbial rat race? Just being part of the crowd and not really standing out because we want to be accepted. We want to be counted as someone who's part of the community that we are in or involved with, socially and otherwise. We just want to be accepted. I don't like being there. I don't mind standing out. No, I don't mind making a difference. I don't mind being the best version of me every time I turn up because at the end of the day, I get the greater level of satisfaction knowing that I can turn up, be my best, and just share with the world. It feels so good. It feels really blessed and it feels really special. Do not settle for second best. Do not settle for mediocrity. Do not settle for survival. Settle for thriving. Settle for overcoming. Settle for becoming more, become empowered, enamored, and strengthened, enlightened, uplifted. You were created to be someone special. That's the reason why you are here. There's a divine purpose for you being on this planet. It is not just to make up numbers. It is not just to spend time and then say bye, see you. No, there is something specific and dynamic you were created to do, to become, to display, to share with the world. We are here to complement the existence of each other. Have you found your purpose? Have you embraced your calling? Have you encouraged your destiny? Or are you just rolling with the punches, saying, well, it is what it is? It is not what it is until you make it what it is supposed to be. So at the end of the day, you have to understand, if you so desire to, and I urge you to, I encourage you to, I adjure you to, recognize that you can change the results that happen in your life. You can create your own destiny. You can carve out your own future. You can build your own legacy for yourself and your loved ones. You can make that specific indentation into the aspects of the reality of your life in such a manner that it means something to someone. It says something. It sends a message. It makes a statement. And it becomes something that they would remember and cherish and purposely encourage you to do more because there is value in it. There's truth in it, there's commitment in it, there's heart in it, and it makes a difference in someone's life. We were put here to engage in being in a community with each other, supporting and loving and helping each other to grow and become empowered, become inspired, and to transform to a higher level of our existence, because that is what the Creator desires for us. But many a times we have missed the calling, we have missed the boat. The train has already left the station and we are just trying to catch up. I am not a prophet of doom, but I just love keeping it real. And I love keeping it real because at the end of the day, too many of us are settling for the things that we were not created to become. We are not embracing our purpose. We are not fulfilling our true calling and our true destiny in this life. And when that happens, it comes as though we have wasted precious time while being on planet Earth. There's a day and a time when we are going to be held accountable for why we were here. What did God put me here to do? Have you asked yourself that question? Have you looked purposely with great reflection into the eyes of the man in the mirror and asked this question? Why am I here? What is my purpose? Why was I Andy? Why was I Glenn, Dora, whatever your name is? Why was I created? Am I living up to that specific purpose that I was placed here for? Is it meaningful to me? Is it valuable to me? Am I innately resonating with the things that say, yes, this is who I am, and yes, this is my purpose, and yes, this is the plan for the goal in achieving that purpose, in accomplishing that purpose, and making a very, very virtual and powerful contribution to the development of all. And I know it may sound like a dream to some, it may sound like a fantasy to others, it may sound like a philosophical statement, but at the end of the day, what about if you have lived all your life and in the end only to realize that you have been involved in so many things except that one thing that you have been created specifically for? Would it be worth it? Would it have made sense to you? Or would you be living now in a world of regret? Well, regret is good in a sense, but it is also something that we can avoid by saying to ourselves now in this moment, right where you are, I am an unforgettable, undeniably, unmessable with unapologetically undeniable, indelibly created individual, and my purpose is X, Y, and Z. Write it down, speak it out, speak it to yourself, share it with others, but begin to develop and grow in a manner which says, I know why I am here. I'm prepared to passionately delve into it. Then I'm going to find a way to express it in whatever form or fashion that someone else can benefit as a result. You know, the late great Miles Monroe spoke about the wealth of the world, and he made mention that when you look at the cemeteries, wherever you go, you see tombstones, and there's a dash between the date that the person was born and the date that the person died, and that represents the extent of our lives, that dash. What it is that we can accomplish within that period of time that's going to make a difference. See, it does not matter what people say about you now. It matters what they say about you when you are gone. Will you be forgotten, or will you be remembered as someone who has came here, recognized their purpose, recognized their value, recognized their calling, embraced it, believed it, was convicted by it, and was willing to share it in a manner that was pleasing in the sight of the Creator, so much so that it made a difference to the lives of many? Wouldn't that be the better thing to have at the end of your existence? Indeed. But how many of us are actually going to think about it and then decide that we are going to act upon it? I cannot answer that question for you. You have to answer that question for yourself. And so, as I conclude this short video that I felt impressed to share with you, whoever you are, wherever you are, I am still working on becoming who I am supposed to be. It's a never ending process, but you have to start somewhere. And the start that you make is the foundation upon which you will build, and the rest of you will grow and develop and become. And if your desire is to really embrace the full quantity and quality of who you are supposed to become, then by starting, you're giving yourself the opportunity to achieve and accomplish just that. So, yes, it is possible, but you have to make that possibility a reality by starting right where you are and believing, with the help of God and those who love and care for you, really do, without any strings attached, that you can fulfill your purpose. You can embrace your value. You can enjoy your destiny. You can make that unending, invaluable contribution. And somebody's life, as a result, could be so much better based on you being part of it in thought, in word, and in deed. So, what Miles Monroe said is that I look at the cemeteries and I see the stone heads in the graveyards, and I'm thinking how rich those places are. Men and women, boys and girls who would have died, men and women who had dreams, goals, ambitions, ideas that could have helped people, that could have made a difference in people's life, but never shared it, never spoke about it, never embraced it, never became a part of it, never allowed their destiny to become fruitful. And boys and girls who never had the opportunity to grow up and become part of their fulfilled destiny to make a contribution that was worthy of their existence. It's sad when I think about it. And as I reflect, I remember that we have been given a short span to be here. We think that because we live unto 80 or 90, that we've been here a long time. That's not quite long in the sight of God. It's a short time. Life is short. You're here today, but you're not sure about tomorrow. And that's why now is the moment. Now is the time for us to recognize why we are truly born and placed on this planet. Why am I here? Can you ask that question? Can you define the answer? Can you embrace the answer? Can you make it the reality which pushes you to go to the next level and the next and the next? And every day, just grow 1% more, become better, at what you have discovered. Make it your treasure, make it your priority, make it your responsibility. Focus on it and be inspired by it so much so that it transforms you, and the change that you desire to see as a result, you become that change. You live that change and you carry that change into wherever you go so that people would not only see it, but they would also embrace, they would understand it because it is coming from a place where you have made a discovery that is so special to you, the individual. You don't want to be part of the crowd. You want to stick out because you are special. Everyone has a special something about them because we are made, all created in the image and the likeness of the Creator Himself. Can you embrace that today? If you can, trust me, it's going to make a world of difference in your life. Start right where you are. Don't wait until you think the time is right, or that you have studied enough, or that you are qualified enough, or that you have enough money, or you're waiting for the right opportunity. Those things may never happen. Start right where you are, and then take the next step, and the next step, and the next step. Be intentional, be purposeful, but start right where you are. Enough said. I'm going to leave it at that. I hope that you have the best part of 2024 ahead of you, and you're going to focus on becoming the person that you were created to be by God's grace. There is no other greater discovery that anyone can make on this planet but that. Trust me. And even if you don't believe me, just try it for yourself, for you, just for a moment, and see what happens, see where it takes you. But don't give up on being the best version of yourself ever. It is time, and that time is now. It's today. So, this is Andy of Andy's Personal Development, your partner in health, happiness, and prosperity. The breakout room host, Let's Just Read, Breaking Out of Depression, and co host of Level Up Your Marriage. Saying so long, God bless, shalom. Keep your story at the forefront. It's yours, and you should always be proud of it. God bless you. Love you, people. All the best for the rest of 2024. Bye for now.